know each other well, but I want you to know that the little parts and pieces of some of the people that are sitting in this room, we have a lot of talent here. We have a lot of great information and resources. But that's not why we're here. We're here because this is Masters of the Journey. The concept came to me, for those of you who are brand new to this and haven't been here before, it came to me, I moved to Bellingham accidentally in July. I don't know exactly why, but I got here. And there were some things that came up, and some guidance told me that what we needed was a community of people that were involved in consciousness development and spiritual development. We need to support one another on the path because we're all learning. And then the concept was introduced to me that we are all masters. Each one of us has mastery. Now, you may not know why you're here. You may not know that you are a master, but you are. If you have made it to this meeting and you have made it through life this far, you have gone through good times and you've gone through challenging times. If you have the opportunity to share some of that with our other people, witnesses in our supportive group, then maybe you can get more clear on your own story, but you can also benefit the people that are there to witness it. So the principle is very simple. We don't have to have one person standing in the front of the room telling us how to find consciousness. We can all figure this out for ourselves. We can all be a part of the process and develop our consciousness from inside out. And the concept that I've recently been really dealing with, and I wrote about this in a blog recently, was the fact that we're just remembering the stuff. Between lives, when we're not in a meat suit and we don't have the ego and we all don't have the pain and the problems and the lessons, we're plugged into the divine spirit. We're plugged into unconditional love and support and wisdom. And I think that our job is to peel away some of the layers so we can rediscover, we can remember the stuff from within. And if we believe that, if we know that we're all perfect from the inside out, then we can bask in that mastery. And each one of us, if we can witness one another, with every person that you meet, if we can show them the respect like you were listening to God, because there is a perfection. We may not like what we're hearing, but there's a lesson in why we're being exposed to that. And if we have that awareness, I think that that makes a lot of sense. So today, what we're doing is we have Amari, who's going to do a presentation that's going to help us kind of peel away some of the veils that get in the way of us discovering what we're up to. We're doing it a little differently at this meeting. Instead of having our triads first, which for the newbies, you'll have to find out what those are a little bit later. But we're going to have a presentation, and then we're going to maybe have some chance to interact and do some individual work and talk in small groups to see what's coming up and how it feels for us. Okay? Did I make myself unclear enough? Okay. So before I turn this meeting, I want to introduce Amari in just a minute, but last week, we were going to have the meeting last week, which would have made sense because it wouldn't have been on Easter weekend or Caucus weekend. But I was in California for a wedding. I was the parent at a wedding. My younger son got married. I've never been the parent at a wedding. It was a spectacular experience, and I learned a lot, but that's not what this is about. I had to travel to California. Jessica went with me to the wedding, and we were traveling through the airports. Has anybody traveled through an airport? Yeah. Have you ever seen like the waves of humanity sort of flowing in and out like the tides, and there's thousands of people, and they're different sizes and shapes and cultural backgrounds and ethnicities, and I realized that I did it differently this time. It was surprising for me, because in the past, when I was doing that, I'm always entertained when I'm in airports, because people, when they travel, they're very strange. You know how we kind of get uptight. We do things that we're not normally doing, and we're crowded in this real small space, and time is a problem, and all this weird stuff. So normally, I would be looking at people, and I would be saying, "Oh, that person's dressed funny. I would never dress that way," or "God, that person is walking a purse dog, and I don't understand why they're in the airport. I would have felt like I was a little bit judgmental. But the weirdest thing happened. This thing is starting to rub off on me. I've been going to the Course in Miracles at Unity and the Way of Mastery at Unity, and they're telling me that we're all in this together. We're all part of a much larger thing. And so, son of a gun, I'm walking through the airport, and I'm smiling at all these people, and I'm saying, we're all in on this together. The humanity that's here, we're all here. We may not know why we're here, but there's a reason why we're kind of brushing past one another in this airport. I found an entirely different attitude, and I really blame this experience of spiritual development, because I'm not comfortable with being so mellow and so accepting. So, but that's me. That's my problem, and that's my lesson. I'm sorry. On a more serious note, I want to introduce Amari Magdalena. And I met her a couple of meetings ago. She came to one of our meetings, and I met with her individually a couple of times. I had a session with her where she did a tarot card reading and an astrology reading for me. And it was spectacular because I was learning stuff or hearing stuff that I may have already known, and hearing new stuff and putting some of the pieces together, and it really fit well. And I said, can you please speak to our group? And she said, oh, by the way, my second book, oh my God, there's books everywhere. She's got a whole series of books. Sorry.
It's okay.
But she hands me this book, and I'm starting to work my way through it. And is this your second book? Okay. And it's about what she's going to be speaking about today. She's going to take a small part of this and share this with us. And so I would appreciate the fact that you're here. You've given up this beautiful day to be here, and I know that we have some value in this. So we're gonna give Amari a mic because she's soft spoken. I'm loud because I can't hear, and I can hear myself if I talk loud. So Amari, would you please share with us
Yes, I'll be happy to.
what we're up to? And we've got a couple of rituals and things to do first, right?
Yes, we do.